Just finished reading Darcy Fletcher's journal. As painful and dreadful as it was, my God, the woman planned to see everyone in London infected. In the meantime, investigate what's happening in the hospital. Took me 2 days to parse through these dusty registers and books. God, I hate time like this. Disaster to destroy London. William Marshall?
Was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Well, isn't Doris Fletcher's a bit dead cookie now? Dead cookie. Actually, can we see any blood marks anywhere that wasn't caused by me? Oh. Oh! What are you doing on the floor? That's locked. Cookie. I do hate how they actively prepared me a trap of like, yeah, guard him somewhere safe. I hate when people guard people somewhere safe. It's much more fun when they guard them in open spaces where you can just approach them and go, psst.
It's locked.
We're going home. Oh, that's a bullet. Not really a room. Vampire night. Why does the monstrosity known as Lady Blackbird seems linked to Marshall? Exchanged letters. She went to London to meet him in 1786. So many old things.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Was their leader a vampire?
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
I don't know. How are you supposed to get him out of here, actually?
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
I put him in a somewhat delicate position when I made him an immortal.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Yes!
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I trust you, Edgar. But the Guard of Priwen is onto something.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
That's not very old. I suppose they are getting eradicated once in a while.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter at my hospital.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
Oh!
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
I knew that. I was all like, could Harriet have been her mother? What was her last name? Oh, Jones, she can't be her mother.
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You moron.
What? I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
You killed half the town.
I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What
I
do you mean?
didn't even have 3,000.
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, After all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide.
He's gonna die either way.
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then.
That is a very stupid thing to say.
Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
I suppose dying like this may sound a bit better than dying of a punctured lung. And why exactly do I have like no blood? I feel like I just took a chunk out of my hand. It was like completely dry. Am I a zombie? Destroy Harriet Jones. Oh, I'm at minus 265 XP. That can actually happen. Thank you. My most exquisite friend, everything is now ready for our journey to France. We'll leave from Dover on the 17th and we will spend the whole summer in Paris. Can't wait to taste all the delicate food things. Okay. Oh, finding that letter gave me 200 XP. Now I'm only negative 65. I'll take negative 65. Why are the signs for a person in stress and my quest symbols at the exact same spot? Oh. Vows, what now, friend? Who was friend Cookie? Friend Cookie! So now we have 2 people turning tonight. Good. Good. I'm gonna become the vampire overlord.
Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Weapons ready. We found one.
You just caused my sound to go kooky again. Don't do that. And so will you be. And literally everyone else in here. There. Down to 1. He's probably like, oh my god, this hurts so much. And I'm like, why don't you die faster? This is wasting my time. I have places to be and places to go. Lady Ashburber! You causing the epidemic, Lady Ashburber. Bad epidemic, Lady Ashburber. Personal diary. Now it went away. When I would press tab, it would take me to a map. I swear I have like this inventory of just paper. That's the wrong one. Personal. There. So righteous. No, not that one. We already saw that one. We already saw that one too. And now my back one's broken. Sad part of town. She really tries to make a difference. She also killed one of them. It happened so quickly I did not notice. She looked more happy. Immediately knew what she did. I will not eat the dying. Two men tried to corner me. Called for help. He did not say a word and laughed and tried to kiss me, but I was like, no, 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 no. The story made me sad. Then we went to the theater. I'm a little bit frustrated. I would have killed my daughter's attackers. We had a terrible argument. When I reminded her what happened to me, she simply smiled and told me that it's a part of the world I'm meant to face. Drives me crazy. Left the house in the middle of the night. Well, she's all like, you'll have to face death, love. If that is from brutal attackers that will stab you in the guts, then so be it. Are we sure that she loves her? Tonight I'm so sad and I'm excited, for I'm about to leave this house for good. Mother has agreed to give me a flat, and I'm like, give! I had to promise her I would be very careful. She told me that she's very proud. She wants me to be independent. She made me a woman. Ooh. Whatever I'm gonna do with my life, it's up to me. I might go out searching for handsome vampire men to turn me. I don't know yet.